was the first guy to really bring that city attitude to that position at the point. Not only that I'm going to beat you, I'm going to embarrass you while I beat you.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the end of the month. What's up, everybody? It is the end of the month once again. And those of you who are used to being around here, that is time for some awesome nostalgic stuff. Last month we finished the NBA80'S, and you all agreed we are moving on to the NBA80'S starting right now. And I'm totally excited about this because I was sad when the NBA90'S ended. But yeah, knowing that we have a whole different decade to go through, I'm totally stoked for this. And for those of you who know, I'll see you with an episode of NBA Insight stuff for tonight for the After Dark, and then tomorrow we'll go back to business as usual around here. But for today, nope. We're gonna have some fun. So anyways, as I always do, I'm gonna link the original video down below. This is NBA80'S Volume 1 full episode. This is from the official NBA channel. I will be linking this down below in the description. Let's see. Anything else to say? Not really. I'm just happy we're here. There's no nonsense to talk about today, basically. No drama, no nonsense, and we're just gonna have a good old time. I wanted to give a quick shout out to two new channel members. Shaun The Navigator, what's up, man? Thank you very much. And JadenSmithEyes. So the two of you who've signed on, I appreciate you guys very, very much, as well as I appreciate all the other members and all the non-members. I appreciate everyone. Enjoy that Larry O'Brien trophy next to all your comments. I will now get to see every single one of your comments without much effort, and also your comments are going to be highlighted in the comment section. So, anyways, you guys, I appreciate you all. Let's do this. NBA80'S.
And Gallatin gets the bat.
Hustle by Russell.
Here goes Barrett.
Different intro.
NBA TV presents NBA80'S, a way cool look at the league in a time we'll always remember, though some might like to forget.
Could you get away with that now? No.
Afro, sideburns,
Yellow pants, plaid pants, whatever they were.
But no one can deny that the hoops will fly.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
don't call them, you say, your mama.
Tom Chambers.
All the righteous plays.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
That's
The
such a cool
freshest
shot.
moves.
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good!
The
And
baby
the most
hook.
excellent moments that define the decade.
Man, the 80'S were wild. Yeah.
The Bulls win it!
This is gonna be great.
Coming up right now is totally NBA80'S.
See, this is going to be great for me, at least. Like, I was born in 82. So this is, I mean, the 90s were when I would say, like, I was really, really cognitive of actual life and what was going on. But the 80'S, dude, I still have so many sports memories from the 80'S, you know? I still talk about guys like Carl Lewis and stuff in track and field.
And
It's totally boss.
Oh, boss. It's
on the
busted.
previous episode of NBA80'S, a magic
Dude, those cards. Hold up. Whoa. Dude, those old Fleers. These are so valuable now. Look at that bird. Look at the Kareem in there. Isaiah, is that a rookie card, bro? No, it can't be. Damn, Dr. J. This is awesome. I wonder how much a set like that's got to cost so much.
On the previous
A box.
episode of NBA80'S, a magic touch led the Lakers to a title.
And Magic Johnson is out there celebrating.
And the Celtics had built the Big Three into champions. It was clear that the NBA80'S were going to be fantastic.
Leave the special effects to the singers and the dancers.
Big men in short shorts were poised to take the association to another level.
These right here look like the shorts that my wife might wear to bed.
Oh,
And as
yeah.
the 81-82 season got underway, a new phenomenon was catching on in Hollywood.
Showtime? La da 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 da. Don't even
Showtime was coming down on a fast break.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, this is the introduction to Showtime. What, it debuted in 79, I believe?
Looking left,
sound. He's got to make the sound a couple times.
Magic come down, boom, boom. Yo, bam, that way. I'm like, I could never figure out how Magic could do that.
Bill Bellamy.
It's Showtime.
It's got grab, it's got stop.
The style of play that he had made that team Showtime.
Showtime!
Ah, it's so cool.
And furious.
You almost got tired looking at him because it almost felt like you were looking at a tennis match.
James Worthy, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jamal Wilkes. Oh, I'll say it was fun.
Down the middle.
And what's crazy is knowing that after each game, each home game, all the players went down to the whatever the place was in the Forum, the nightclub. You know, and if you guys know about the nightclub, y'all know about the nightclub. Like, they were drinking and doing other substances and ladies all over the place, like dancing. I don't know where. I don't know how they had the energy for this run and gun style of basketball, knowing that they're just going to get messed up every night.
It was like 3D before it even came out.
We just happened to be right next door to Hollywood.
You don't miss a Laker game if you're in LA. And it was like how people rush home now to see Dancing with the Stars.
They'll probably be talking about that for a week.
You're watching Magic, and you're watching Kareem, you're watching Worthy, but you're also watching Jack Nicholson and Diane Kane.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, I saw that guy in that movie last week.
Not since James Brown at the Apollo did you have this kind of entertainment.
As if there wasn't enough flair on the court, Showtime got even more style from the man calling the shots on the side.
The Don, the mob boss.
Pat Riley. Italian suits and the smell of leather comes to mind.
Yeah, right?
Pat Riley's always been the smoothest and the coolest.
I can smell that 80s old musky cologne right now, just by looking at him.
He may be one of those guys that had 50 of the same suits hanging in his closet because it looked like he had the same one on every night. First dude to ever make me want to wear a tailor suit. Come on now.
Straight up, me too.
I was of the Sonny Bono look back
I'm 42 and I still wish I can dress half as good as him.
in the early 70s. One day in 1978 or 79, I didn't do anything but comb my hair straight back.
How's my Pat Riley look? I wish I had slick hair too. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to comb it back. It wouldn't live. Come on, PR in the building.
Man, I've not intentionally grew my hair out over the last 6 months. I might have to do the slick. I might have to do the slick back thing. I think he used mousse, which I don't have. I don't know if I don't think he just used hairspray. Anybody who's ever done the slick back look, let me know. Is that mousse that you're using to lock that down?
Pat Riley was the coach that I dress well, and I'm a basketball genius.
He's all about basketball. He's all about winning, and he's all about doing it in the right way. That's what it's about.
The flow of young stars into the NBA continued with the likes of Mark Aguirre, Rolando Blackman, and Tom Chambers.
Wow, that's right. Mark Aguirre.
Ro Blackman, one of the best shooters ever played the game. Tom Chambers made me want to be a big guy that could go to the hoop.
Man.
And in Motown, they got into the groove with a new front man.
Isaiah Thomas of the University of Indiana.
Looked like he was 14 when he was...
Look at him. Oh, my God. Damn, he does look like a kid. I mean, to be fair, even in his 40s and 50s, he still looked like he was in his 20s.
Drafted. He looked soft.
He tried to give off like he was such a good guy. He had that nice little
that big old smile.
The honey of your smile.
Yeah, he's that dude who's big old smile and he's just stabbing you in the side with a with a shimmy.
If you talk about a stone cold killer.
Yeah.
Come the Pistons. Isaiah quickly up the right side. Screen from Dantley on Coulter. Isaiah.
Guys, I talk some trash about Isaiah because the person he is these days, I don't really agree with a lot of things he says. And plus, being part of the Bad Boys Pistons. But I don't know if you guys know, growing up, I wore the jersey number 11. Everybody else was wearing 23. And yeah, Jordan was my guy, but Isaiah was my second favorite player. And I mean, Magic was right there, and so was Bird. But Isaiah, for some reason, really resonated with me. So I'd always wear 11.
He was the first guy to really bring that city attitude to that position at the point. Not only that I'm going to beat you, I'm going to embarrass you while I beat you.
Now comes back toward the lane, to the hoop, up in, off the glass, and he's fouled. Holy cow.
He's the only guy seen standing in the middle of 5 guys.
Damn,
dribble
look at
the
that
basketball.
dribbling.
You can't touch him.
Yeah.
You're wondering, how in the hell is he doing this?
I know, and we give so much credit to like Tim Hardaway, Kyrie, guys like this, Allen Iverson for their handles. Oof. I got to get better at this. Isaiah, man, before all of them. Isaiah. Before Isaiah, Pete Maravich.
I remember he did that move that layup where he threw it to himself. No one's ever done that still. If they did, they didn't do it, make it look as good. He did it in a game.
Damn.
There's never been anybody as dynamic and dominant an offensive force at that size in NBA history.
I know, and then to pair him up with Joe Dumars, that backcourt was disgusting.
The top rookie in the class of '82 was a young buck, actually named Buck.
We're taking Buck Williams.
Oh,
One
Buck
of the
Williams.
meanest, toughest guys ever in the NBA.
I would always tell players, if you're not a man enough to do it off the floor, don't do it on the floor.
Now, what year are these cards? Is that 87? I think it's 80. Oh no. Is that 86? Damn, man, I'm looking around. I'm trying to see like a date.
If you're not a man enough to do it off the floor, don't do it on the floor.
82. Rookie of the year? Would it be?
Herb, keep it up. One more time. One more time, we're going to go in the hallway.
Yes, he's the strongest man in the league and maybe the strongest man ever to play in the NBA.
Just kind of like, I'm a little scared of you because you got muscle. You don't have sports muscle. I've been lifting some weight muscle.
This guy's scared.
Buck Williams, hammer time. Buck! He didn't take no jump. And if your name Buck, do you really want that? Yo, man, Buck looking for you.
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing about Buck.
I know. Combine that with the way he's built. Yeah. I wouldn't mess with Buck. Bill Bellamy being on here is hilarious, by the way. If you guys know, you know. When MTV was MTV.
Rambus with the little pearl diver glasses.
Now these are perfect.
Rambo.
You get fined if you wear real glasses in the game.
Yeah.
And you tape them.
Hey, man, I don't think they had contacts back then, so what was he supposed to do? And I don't know if they had prescription goggles yet, did they? Rambo's a warrior, dude. That's a cool logo.
To go a whole season and not score under 100 points, that's amazing.
100 points a game for a whole season. Bing, 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 bing.
Bam, bam, bam. First one to 1,000.
Who was on that squad in Denver? Who was that, Dan Issel?
His full front, all his furniture in the front was gone.
I only took my teeth out when I played, but I think a lot of people thought I just didn't have teeth the whole time.
Yeah, David Thompson, too.
My nickname was the Skywalker. Of course, I had the 44-inch vertical leap.
Oh, bring it down.
Kiki Vanderway, oh my God.
He scores it, and
Nice.
what a move by Vanderway.
Alex English.
Look at English. Turned around by English.
We still had a little bit of that ABA in us, where we got up and down the court.
They're playing at altitude, and they basically said, we are going to run you until you can't breathe anymore.
And your chest is burning.
Cats are like, time out! Oh!
Denver, you could say could run up some scores.
Daryl Dawkins.
To run it up in Denver, the Nuggets were relying on altitude, but in Philly, the weapon of choice was Andrew Toney's attitude.
Oh, sick.
He was vicious.
That first step.
He would just
Ooh, that
blow
is
by
quick.
anybody.
Yeah. He would jab, step you, and then step back. Andrew Toney was bad.
I just try to utilize my offensive ability to the utmost.
He's got a lot of vertical on that jump shot, too, and looks like a high release.
Tony, a.k.a. the Boston Strangler.
Oh, damn. What a nickname.
I remember him just tearing the Celtics apart.
Tony against Bird. What a move.
He loved to play against the Celtics.
Andrew Toney over Maxwell.
Hey, big rivalry.
Counts and a foul. Andrew Toney.
Feared Andrew Toney even more than Michael Jordan.
Some people say that when he's on the mark, he's unstoppable.
Oh, God.
As the Boston Strangler was finishing off the Celtics in Game 7 of the
Guys, that is such a terrible nickname, dude.
Conference Finals, a rallying cry was born in Boston Garden.
Was it LA sucks? Beat LA?
Beat LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Beat LA.
You hear the crowd is chanting to the Sixers?
Dang.
Beat LA. Beat LA. That's great.
It was like the Boston fans and the Sixers united for a moment because the Boston fans were like, okay, we lost, and now we want you to beat LA.
Yeah, that's true.
They had enough class to say, hey, we ain't so.
By the way, that's how it used to be. The East stuck with the East and the West stuck with the West. So, you know, if you lose, say, in the conference finals, to say, yeah, exactly like this, the Sixers lose to the Celtics, you're supposed to support the Celtics to win the championships that still represent the East.
Mad that y'all beat us, y'all just outplayed us this time.
It truly made us feel good. That truly showed me a great deal of class.
Respectful nature of the Boston faith.
Haters everywhere. Even when they're not playing out loud, just hate.
While Andrew Toney became a cult figure with the Sixers, an unlikely hero was redefining the role in Los Angeles.
Rabbits with the little pearl diver glasses.
Now these are perfect.
You should get fined if you wear real glasses in the game and you tape them.
He was the total end of the spectrum from Showtime with the Lakers.
Come on, guys, let's go snorkeling.
Dude, it's so true. I never really thought about it. He was so out of place on that team, but he earned his, obviously, Rambo earned a spot on the team, but like visually, aesthetically, or whatever you want to say, he does not, one of these things is not like the other.
He couldn't jump. He wasn't a scorer.
He was broccoli on a plate of beautiful food.
You know, he's not even Superman. You got Clark Kent.
What a hustle by Kurt Rambis.
His only job was to rebound the ball, don't shoot the ball. When you touch the ball, give it to someone else.
He's the garbage man. That's just we used to call him that. Not just him, but anybody who's playing that role, you're the garbage man. You know, you're doing all the things nobody else wants to do, and that's what's going to help this team.
Key to the fast break was Kurt Rambis. Kurt Rambis would get that ball in faster than anybody I've ever seen.
Super play by Kurt. He knew Rambis wasn't giving him 30, but he knew Rambis was going to give him dirty.
He wasn't the super duper star, but Kurt Rambis dove on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
He was reckless and dangerous.
Showtime needed that lunch pail guy, and he was it.
The second showdown in 3 seasons between the Sixers and the Lakers would produce the same old, same old.
From the Spectrum in Philadelphia, this is it. The battle for the supremacy of basketball, the championship of the world.
There's no greater way to give a face for sports unless you have a rivalry.
It was a piece from the East, and it was the best from the West.
High scoring, sparks flying again.
McAdoo.
And after that last tick of the clock.
3, 2, 1. The Lakers are the world champions.
I had one of the widest smiles that I've ever had in my life on my face. I finally done it.
Hey, this is the happiest moment in my life right now. It's taken me 10 years to get here, and I'm finally here. Come here, Brian. Yeah, I finally got one.
That's so cool. Oh, man.
The first story I have to tell you is a story that I can't believe people didn't know. How I got the name Chocolate Thunder.
Okay. Do I know that? I don't know this. I don't know this. Time to learn.
There's a guy, a very famous musician that used to come to the games in Los Angeles and other places. He would pop up at games. He had a guy with him. The guy would be sitting beside him, telling him what's going on. Hey, the big chocolate guy just put down a Thunder Dunk. Or Doc just put down a monster dunk. So they came to the locker room. They said, hey, this guy want to come in to talk to you. I said, what guy?
Okay.
He's a musician. Hold on. Stevie Wonder walks in.
No way.
He walks in. He's shaking everybody's hand. And he comes over to me and they say, this is the guy here that every guy was telling you about putting down the big dunks. And all he did was in there and he said, Chocolate Thunder. That's how I got the nickname.
Wow.
So I said, if a man never saw me and has a vision to call me Chocolate Thunder, I can wear that.
Okay.
Some nicknames
That's
just
a cool origin story. I mean, it does make sense because before the time of Shaq, Daryl Dawkins was he was ripping rims off of hoops,
like the one hung on Wayne Rollins.
Wayne Rollins, who's that?
Tree Rollins.
Tree Rollins.
Oh,
Tree Rollins.
Out of the way by the
I didn't know.
So many things he could do.
Block shots, rebound.
And again, Rollins blocked.
Tough competitor.
You got in his way. If there was a spare part, he might inhale it. Just ask Eddie Age.
Oh, man, you know what? I think I broke 3 or 4 fingers. He kept trying to block my dunks.
He shut down the lane. When you beat those guys, you knew you were going into the big fella.
If you thought challenging Tree was scary, then some of the sideline fashions of the 80s were flat out frightening.
This is Mike Fratello. Here are a few other coaches who felt how they dressed was very important on the sideline. Gene Shoe, a little bit of a throwback. Not sure many times exactly what Gene was trying to do with what he was wearing that particular night. He may have not been sure what he was doing that particular night. I'm not sure that Frank spent a whole lot of time every day wondering, what am I going to wear for the game tonight? If it fit...
Guys, you ever see dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers? Yeah. I remember him mainly from that, to tell you the truth.
He put it on, he wore it, he coached his team well. You probably remember Dr. Jack Ramsey for the way he walked across the floor. He was stalking his opponent. When the game was over, he walked off with those plaid pants, red jacket.
Dude, look at the... This is such a sign of the times. Oh, man. The button it down, reveal the chest hair. Let's go.
Chuck Daly may have been at the top of the list. Nobody appreciated clothes more than Chuck Daly did. He truly loved dressing well and looking good. He always said you can't go wrong in a blue suit. Doug could care less.
He always kind of looked like the Penguin to me too. So the blue suit comment is pretty funny to me. Doug Moe.
And he could care if he wore it every night. If it still fit him, if it wasn't falling apart, Doug would wear it. It was like, who cares what I'm wearing? I care about winning basketball games.
Fair enough, man.
And those are just some of the coaching fashion statements of the 80s.
Good to see you.
Now we go from bad looks to one of the baddest men of the NBA.
Sideburn.
E80s.
Artist Gilmore.
My mentor.
This is a big man who was a presence. He could score whenever he had to score, block shots, rebound the basketball, be an intimidator.
I remember just always staring at Artist Gilmore because of how he had Afro sideburns. And I was like,
Afro sideburns?
It has Afro sideburns.
Artist Gilmore was so strong. He went for a dunk one night and Calvin Murphy jumped on his back. Artist completed the dunk. Came down in a full squat. Had Calvin on his back. I said, you all right, little fella?
He just looked so intimidating. He looked so menacing. And he played like it too.
Ain't nothing to talk about raw. He would have been the real Shaft if he could have been.
Nah. I'm enjoying Daryl Dawkins' perspective on this stuff. I never got to watch him talk too much.
But two artists made a giant statement, while over in Milwaukee, the team was quietly making one of its own.
I think the Bucks were kind of the forgotten story of the 80s.
When you went into Milwaukee, you knew 2 things was gonna happen. It was gonna be cold, and you had to face Moncrief.
Moncrief on the drive. Great shot. What a move.
He was truly one of those guys who was gifted on both ends of the floor.
Personified 80s basketball, rugged, tough, hardcore.
If you didn't bring your lunch pail and you weren't ready to work for 48 minutes, he was going to embarrass you.
Breakneck pace. Underneath they go. There's Moncrief. They got it inside, and he did a 180 in the air to get that ball loose. How did he do that?
Yeah, Sidney Moncrief sadly has been forgotten. And I didn't get to really witness enough of him to have much of a strong opinion on him. But yeah, I know, like, defensively, he's that guy as a shooting guard, yeah.
He was a great defender.
Swipe right back by Milwaukee. Sidney Moncrief is everywhere.
You could put him on people to shut him down at the defensive end of the floor.
I'm playing quite a few minutes per ball game. So my biggest joy is sleeping right now.
Oh, man.
You talk about a guy that's doing everything every night. Sidney Moncrief was a guy.
Milwaukee's team was talented.
And Don Nelson's the coach.
In a long, cold winter, Don Nelson, except that the Bucks have tried to keep things pretty warm, and they've done a nice job.
Yeah, I mean, they stuck around talented, too, because they were even in the Jordan reign. in the 80s. So, and it seems like by the time they started fading away, the Cleveland Cavaliers started rising.
He had his own way of dressing. I don't think Nelly ever was concerned on how he looked.
You know, he looked like a schlepper most of the career.
He didn't really care. He was about coaching. Don Nelson wanted to win an NBA championship.
And Milwaukee has defeated the Boston Celtics. They'll advance to the next round.
The league was loaded, and I mean, if you didn't come ready to play, you could be beaten. And Milwaukee's considered one of the top teams in the East.
You had Marcus Johnson, Bob Lanier, Paul Pressey.
That's one of the first teams that I remember playing the style of basketball that we played.
Your dad, Bob Lanier, too? Hello.
The Laker girls were incredible. They defined what Showtime was.
I remember going around the league. It was, you LA people with those Laker girls.
I thought it gave it a better feeling overall.
Start talking about the Laker girls. Now that's a distraction.
Laker girls were pretty nice.
They could dance. They were good.
You know, girls wasn't that fine everywhere. You wasn't getting that in Minnesota.
When you're a high school senior and you go to a Laker game and you see the Laker girls, you just kind of shake your head.
According to the TV show, Jeannie Buss was the one who spearheaded this. It was her father's idea, but Jeannie's the one who she put out auditions for these girls, and she was very involved in the entertainment side of Laker games.
They were incredible. They were pretty. They were hot. People wanted to be like them. Man, it was off the chain.
Yeah.
Reggie Theus, 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Are the Dallas Cowboy girls still really popular? Because that was the next genre or generation of famous cheerleaders that I can recall.
There's plenty of glamour in LA, but there was a leading man lighting it up for Chicago.
Reggie Theus looked like he could have been an actor on Miami.
Dude, in my mind, because I grew up seeing him, in my mind, he's like Prince. You know, he's a musician, he's an artist, not so much a basketball player.
Advice.
Look at the guy.
Some acting classes and things of that nature.
Whatever works for you, baby. He had a jumper though, I tell you that.
Cue the Theus, and Reggie connects.
Freaking suave.
All GQ, pretty boy with the eyes and all that.
And the ladies love Reggie.
Number 24, Reggie Theus.
I don't think he had a jerry curl. I think he just had that nice, he had what you call good hair.
Now see, Reggie,
that was awesome.
It's natural curl. Reggie still has those curls. They're just a little gray now.
Damn, he does.
Let's see. One word with 9 letters to sum up the NBA80's.
It's fantastic.
Love it.
The NBA action. Is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my God.
Did we used to say NBA action is fantastic? I think that was the whole line. Dr. J's about to fly.
NBA, it's fantastic.
If you happen to be recording the game and you happen to get one of those commercials, it was a big deal.
Fans could relate to it. Players could kind of relate to it.
Oh, yeah, man. It's fantastic.
NBA is fantastic. Are you kidding me? Fantastic.
Those were the days, the 80s. Can we bring those back?
And the 90s. Yeah, I would love to bring the 80s and the 90s back. Before the social media, before the AI and all this crap.
Bobby Jones was a fantastic choice in '83 when they handed out the first Sixth Man of the Year award.
What a block by Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones with another one of his stupendous defensive efforts.
One of the best defenders to play the game.
Bobby Jones, baby.
Solo ride for Bobby Jones.
He would just fly.
Damn, dude. These are really risky blocks he's going. Very, very athletic blocks.
And just block your shot out of bounds.
See, this is cool for me because these first couple, I'm just in full sponge mode, learning stuff that I know a little bit of, but I didn't get to witness myself. Like I said, born in '82. So as this progresses each month, I'm gonna have more input and I'm gonna be able to relate to a lot more of this. But this is actually really fun for me because there's a lot of players I didn't know about. Or I thought I knew about, and I didn't know that much.
He was phenomenal coming off the bench.
That is Bobby Jones, isn't it?
He looked like
Scrubs.
Mr. Bean.
He was Dennis Rodman before Dennis Rodman came. He was the best six man ever.
4-on-2. Bobby Jones.
Damn, dude.
You would turn around and run up the court.
Excuse me.
You go.
He kind of reminded me of Tom Chambers a little bit in the air.
That was his thing. Bobby Jones be like, good pass.
Nice.
Philly was fully loaded when it added Moses Malone to the mix.
Oh, man, I love Moses.
Moses is singularly the greatest influence in my NBA career.
Yeah. He's the one who got Barkley to wake up and start dieting.
You know, we got to the doorstep and couldn't get in. And we got Moses.
Malone with the offensive rebound. Is Malone strong or what?
The more they push me, I feel like the stronger I get. And I get more aggressive, then I know what I got to do.
I always loved him because it was mumbles.
He was the only player who would get 30 rebounds and 30 points. They couldn't interview him. He was like, how you feel? Yeah.
He'd start talking to you, you go, huh? He loved to scrum.
Ouch, man.
So when he started scrumming with Moses, like he would win that because he'd be like grabbing your arms and you couldn't move and stuff.
I just thought he overpowered me. Maybe that's not a good word. Maybe I should have said punishing. I don't know. What the hell's the difference there?
Hubie Brown just retired this year, and I hope you enjoy your retirement, sir.
I think the Lord gave me this talent.
It's crazy to think he's been involved in basketball since way before I was even born, and he was still involved with basketball all the way till this year. Man gave his whole life to this.
To be the best, that's why I think I would name Moses.
Moses Malone. That's not even a nickname. That's his real name.
It's true.
Imagine you're 6'10", your name is Moses, and you can't play ball.
Chairman of the boards.
That's a lot to live with.
What was it? Little Mo. Who else was it? The Doctor, Kevin Maloney. What was that?
Little Mo, Big Mo, the Doctor, Andrew Toney, and Ivoroni. No
Lakers in 5.
Sixes all the way.
I like
remember that.
I like it.
They said Moses took us to the promised land.
Wow.
Like you couldn't beat them.
The two-time MVP owned the middle and also one of the most unique guarantees ever.
4-4-4.
I said 4-4-4.
So it's 4-4 and 5. It's something like that.
4-4-4. Yeah.
With the talent that we had, I think we had the opportunity to do it.
One break for Philly. Here's the Doctor.
It was so great because I loved Moses and Doc needed help and they just swept through.
There it goes. Cheeks on his way to the
I thought
World
that's what he was referring to. Sweeping 4-4-4.
Championship to Moses. Slam dunk. Congratulate the world champion Philadelphia 76ers.
4-4-4 became, 4-5-4, and history was made.
How's it feel to get into 4 straight, though?
Oh, man. That's the best.
This is Fab Five Freddy. Thanks
he's
for
a
watching
big dude.
NBA80's
Oh, it's over?
Volume 2.
Oh, man. All right. Dang. Oh, shoot. Now's the part where I'm supposed to talk, and I don't have anything to say because I was just enjoying that as a spectator. Yeah, this is gonna be like the shortest outro ever, you guys, because I really don't have anything to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this. I'm excited to go on this journey now, and slowly but surely we'll get through the NBA80's, and I have a feeling there's a lot more for me to learn, because there's gonna be another like 2 or 3 videos worth that I don't really know too much on. So hopefully you guys are experiencing some of the same, or some of you people out there that are a little older than me. Maybe this is gonna hit in a different way for you, because you guys might have been growing up at the time where all of this was happening, and I gotta admit, I sometimes kind of wish I did get to see witness the entire 80's. So I wish I was kind of born in 76 or something like that. That way, by the time I was 5 years old, because I would have been watching basketball like crazy at that point. So yeah, I could have witnessed a little bit more, but what are you gonna do? You can't choose when you're born. All right, guys, I am gonna get out of here. So what's coming later tonight? Later tonight, we've got a random episode of NBA Inside Stuff. which I'm always stoked for every single month. I don't know about you guys, but I live for this stuff to go back down the memory lane. I got one from 1994, I believe. So, and I don't really know the info on it. I just see a picture of Charles Barkley as the thumbnail. And in 94, that makes sense because he was coming off his MVP year. And yeah, guys, hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks again to Shaun The Navigator and JadenSmithEyes for your channel memberships. I really appreciate you all. And can't wait to see you guys all in the comment section, all right? Like the vid, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Hit the bell if you want to get notified for the NBA Inside Stuff reaction later tonight. And most importantly, everybody, be water, my friends.